Hey everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Chanel's Reality. I'm Chanel and this is my reality. So I wanted to come on here real quickly. Because I fell asleep. I was gonna do a video earlier and then I fell asleep. So clearly I needed my rest, my beauty rest. Um, and I woke up and I was listening to House of Aaron. Shout out to House of Aaron, love him. Except for that couch, Aaron. I need you to, I've said to you many times, get rid of that couch, burn it, get a slip cover to go over it, something. It's wrong. It's not okay. No, I love House of Aaron. And he was reporting on his video, he wrote the Jasmine brand. So I'm gonna go with just the Jasmine brand must be reporting this. Because I scoured the internet and I couldn't find it. So, anyways, Kandi Burris Tucker she's done an interview and she is defending her friend Kenya Moore. Kandi, come to the front. Sis, come on to the front. So, girl. Kandi, wrong road. Wrong road. Oh my God, I can't believe you have me over here quoting Porsha. Suge Knight Goodbye. Girl. Oh my God. I can't take it. I'm a little thirsty. I understand, Kandi, that you think King is your friend, but King is a snake and she's nobody's friend. King doesn't know how to be a friend. Do you know any of her friends in real life? You seem to have a lot of friends in real life, Kandi, but I ain't never seen none of Kenya's real life friends. Even Porsha got a real life friend. Has Phaedra had some real life friends? I can't remember. But she's slithery too. So there's that. Nene has real life friends. Cynthia Bailey has real life friends. I mean, seems like everybody does, but Kenya. But here's the thing, Kandi. I think a lot of your friends ain't really your friends, personally. Just like Kim, what was her name? Kim, what was Kim's last name? Zodiac. I was like, why is Kandi doing this for free? And then you see how that turned out. Look at what Phaedra did. I knew Phaedra wasn't your friend, but y'all was best buds. Porsha, same thing. All of these people, Kandi just, I don't know what it is. I think because she probably feels like someone helped her to get to where she is, then she pays it forward. That's what I think. I think Kandi wants to see everybody win. And I'm not saying she shouldn't want to see Kenya Moore win, but Kenya is a snake. Has she shown us anything other than that? Not ever. Never. She always snaking somebody. The only person she hasn't snaked is Mark Daly. And explain to me, he's the one that's done her the most dirty. She holding that man hand to the wheels fall off, honey. And this is the thing, like I could support Kenya, and I don't. Let me not say I don't dislike her because I don't like Kenya. She doesn't give you any reason to like her, but she does have a lot of fans, and my assumption is she has a lot of fans because they're like her, so they agree with her antics. They're probably a bully like her. That's how I see it. I'm not saying she can't read people or whatever, but she just takes it too far, and this is another example of Kenya taking it too far. So I just feel like birds of a feather flock together. So to me now says something to me about you, Kandi. Because I get supporting your friend, but now when your friend has done some snake shit, not snake shit, how do you support snake shit? I don't know how you do that personally, but there's a few people that you could support them if they did some snake shit, in my opinion. And they are your mama, your daddy, and your children, maybe your husband or wife. Other than that, and I would have a hard time with that. Like I would, oof. I'm probably if my husband did something or whatever, I'm probably gonna support him in public, meaning ain't nobody supposed to talk crazy about him in public, but I'm still not gonna say nothing like, well, I don't think it's wrong, or I think it's wrong that she got. I'm not saying none of that. I'm not gonna agree with none of that. You're not gonna catch me on a hot mic with any of that because I have integrity. But like I said, I get it. It's your child. Who's not gonna support their child? Or your mom or your dad or something like I get that. I understand why you would do that. But anybody else, I owe you. You my bestie and I love you, but I'm not going on anybody's platform or even on my own platform to say I think it's too harsh when you've done something to deserve it. I'm just not doing it. Because who asked me to do that? Maybe Kenya asked her. I don't know. And maybe that's just Kandi Burris's, opinion. Maybe that's her. Maybe that's Kandi's opinion about the situation. Maybe Kandi's feeling away because she realized that Bravo was played her in the end. And because here's my reason why I think they played her is because Kandi held out and held out, and she kept saying, "I don't understand. They need to move on with the, hurry up with the contracts, and I don't know what's taking so long, and they plan and whatever else, right?" And as soon as Kandi announced, "I'm gone, I quit, whatever," boom, here we go. Next week, Porsha Williams, Suge Knight, Gubadia. What she say? That Porsha Williams is returning to the RHOP. Well, that's false. Porsha Gubadia will be in the building, bitch. I feel like that was Bravo playing the Kandi face, and she realizes it now. And why would you give up such a good check, even if they gave you less? Okay, so you was giving me $1 million, now you giving me 800,000. I'll take the 800,000. You was giving me $1 million, now you giving me 500,000 because it's the easiest check on planet Earth. And it might not be easy on your stress in terms of people out here always shading you and saying whatever to you and questioning your marriage and whatever else, your mama and your life and whatever else. I get that part. Who wants to be under constant scrutiny? But the free trips, the promotion of my businesses, the growth of my businesses, listen, I'm gonna take the 500K. Unless Kandi really does have 30 million, like the what's called reports. So, but if I'm Kandi, if I'm being realistic and it's not about the money, I would have lived too, but only because you see what it's doing to your life, like your real life, with your husband and your kids and all that. So I say chase your dreams and it don't have to be on Housewives. But I think for Kandi, she like, damn it, and let that shit go. Now they didn't hire Porsha. Why did I do that? So I think when they let go of Kandi, that made room for Porsha and Kenya, because I don't even really think they wanted to keep Kenya. But anyway, so I'm going to talk about Kandi Burris today. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Kenya. And then we're going to talk about Mariah Hack or Huck, or how do you say her name? I don't know exactly how to say her last name, but she's an executive producer. She was on the first few seasons of Married to Medicine till they kicked her off the island, like they tried to kick off Quad. But they wasn't successful. I think Quad coming back. Y'all think Quad coming back? Anyway, so let's listen to Kandi Burris, Suge Knight Tucker, and what she had to say about in her defense of Kenya Moore. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. So the air, she said, I'm gonna miss 15. I don't miss so much now. And realistically, I do see stuff. I'm like, why are they doing that? Like, I don't like the fact that they suspended Kenya. Yeah. Why is that, Kandi? Kandi, girl, come to the front. We gotta talk. Oh,
People's like, she shouldn't have shown that. But it's the Housewives. Like, how many times we done did something that you think somebody shouldn't do? So who made the rules?
let's listen to that one more time.
People's like, she shouldn't have shown that. It's the Housewives. Like, how many times we done did something that you think somebody shouldn't do? So who made the rules? People's like, she shouldn't have shown that.
Kandi, who made the rules, sis? The federal government. That's who made the rules. Oh, and Georgia, who? That's who made the rules, sis. That's who made them. That's who made the rules. If you want to know who made the rules, that's who made the rules. Listen, Kandi, Suge Knight Burruss, girl, I can't with you. And I get it. This is okay. So here's the thing that I don't get. Sorry, guys. I'm moving down my little shorts. This is the thing that I don't get. Is Kandi? Is she have amnesia? Kandi, girl, do you have amnesia? Weren't you the one who was running off the stage? I'm like, oh, I did one of these. They think I'm wrong. And I've seen you. I supported you. Let's be very clear. I was like, that shit is wrong. Where is the let's see, someone's commenting. Hold on. Hey, Logical Speaks. The Logical Speak says, what you doing up at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning like me? Okay. She says, Chanel, the show would be boring without Kenya's antics. Kenya understands the assignment. She keeps the drama going. Okay. So thank you for that comment. What was I even saying? A Logical Speaks and got me off my game. Oh, I was talking about Kandi. Kandi, girl, I was team you because I'm like, you can't just say whatever you want to say. You can't just do that. Just because something comes up in your mind or just because someone tells you this is what someone else said, you can't just bring it to the national TV. Miss Porsha Williams. Oh, I'm in the world of journalism. But you don't, but you don't know that it's 365 days in a year and you think it's a real railroad under the Underground Railroad, girl? Stop it. Knock it all the way off. You're not in the world of journalism. Anyways, but you supposedly you should know better. Is the thing. And so Kandi, like I said, I was right about. I was like, yep, she absolutely right. How snake is that? It is so snake shit. Like you can't do that. And it's the same thing here. Now, that being said, if Kenya would have just said this lady's a hoe and she has, porn on the internet and she was doing this, that, and the third, fair game. Maybe there is porn on the internet of this lady. Maybe there is. And maybe she is a hoe, according to Kenya, right? Because that's relative. Lots of people think you won. Just saying. Anyways, so it's too far, in my opinion. And this idea that Kandi's like, well, who made it? Who makes the rules? The government. That's who makes the rules. That's who makes the rules. So go talk to the state of Georgia about it. We can't, this is not, let's be clear. Whether or not it's revenge porn is not based on our personal opinions of what we think it is. It's not an opinion situation. It is what the government considers a crime. And if what is being reported about what Kenya showed, allegedly, is true, it's revenge porn. Period. That's what the government said. I read it the other day on my other live, on one of my other videos. Excuse me. So that's who made the rules, Kandi. And then Kandi's like, this is Housewives. if you did something to her, you can't monitor how she responds. Yes, I can. The court says I can. In this case, the court says I can monitor it. I can say you can't go and get. I don't care how public it was. You need my permission to go and get some sort of explicit photo or images of me doing whatever it is that I was supposedly doing. You need my permission to go and post it and show everybody. And this is the thing. Kenya knows that. Kenya's not a dummy. She knows. I can guarantee you Kenya knows. But here's the thing. For all of the people that are like, no, because they Kenya fans, because Kenya can't do no wrong in their eyes, just because they like the way she reads people down. So this is how I know that Kenya knows it's wrong. If Kenya thought on any day of the week, with the way she is being drugged right now, if she thought on any day of the week that she wasn't wrong, Kenya would have gone to her army of lawyers, right? The ones that she says she's getting or that she has. So Logical Speak says, Kenya is brains and beauty. Very few of the girls, I guess you meant, can battle Kenya verbally. I agree with that. But this is the reason that I know Kenya knows better. Because Kenya, there's no way in the world Kenya is going to stand for this newbie being on the right side of what society thinks is wrong, right? Because she's being drugged within an inch of her life right now by the blogs and it's national news and all this stuff, right? Kenya would have gotten her team of lawyers that she says that she has, or allegedly, that's what people are alleging, that Kenya is going to sue the bloggers or whatever, which I don't believe, but let's just say that was true. She would have went and gotten those lawyers that she has for the alleged lawsuits against the bloggers. And she would have said, hey, let me know, is this illegal? Because I didn't think it was, and my friends don't think it is, but we need to know logistically, is this really illegal? That's what would have happened. Because Kenya's not going to sleep on it. And I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, well, Bravo gagged her and whatever. No. Regardless of a gag order, Kenya would have leaked it to somebody, right? Her bestie. Who's the person that she's besties with that's a blogger? Who's that person? It's a guy that I think is a girl, or is it them, they, her, him? I don't know how to do it. He's a part of the LGBT community, and he doesn't want to be, I don't know, what is it called when you don't want to be identified or put in a box? He's that, is my understanding. And I'm not saying that in any disrespectful way, but I don't know what box to put him in. So sorry. What is that man's name? I don't know man. He has weave and he has his makeup. Oh my God. Is it Love B. Scott or something? I think it's Love B. Scott. He even was like, yeah, that was wrong. So again, if Kenya thought on any day of the week that any judge may view this, because yes, the laws are the laws, and if you have a jury, then the jury of your peers can decide whether or not they think you did something wrong and you should pay, restitution for it. But if she gets a judge, the judge is going to look at what the law says, and it's up to that judge's interpretation of the law. So there's probably someone on Kenya's team of lawyers that has said, we don't want to leave this to no chance. And so therefore, Kenya hasn't said anything. If you ain't wrong, show us. If what Kenya did is not wrong and it's well within the law and it's just par for the course, show us what you didn't do wrong so we could all take it back. And we could be like, you know what, Kenya, we was wrong. Let's take it back. Because there's people out there like, well, y'all just mad because we don't know and y'all don't know. And all I'm saying is y'all don't know either. Y'all don't have any information. Maybe. But show me I'm wrong. Why would you sit around and let the public annihilate your character if you know you in the right? So Logical Speak says the cast members cannot sue each other, I think. Or Kandi would have sued Faith and Porsha. Rick will not sue Kenya, and Andy will not fire Kenya. So here's the thing. You can sue whoever you want. I know there are people out there that have said, oh, well, the cast members can't sue each other. Yes, they can. If what they're doing, if I'm Kenya or if I'm Britt, because Britt is the person that allegedly has been offended, right? If what you've done to me is illegal, I can sue you. Bravo be damned. Bravo doesn't supersede the law. So they can. Just like people will say, oh, well, somebody put me under an NDA, right? I'm a celebrity. I'm Beyonce. And Beyonce has me under an NDA, right? So generally speaking, yeah, if you're in an NDA, you can't say anything, you can't give any information about what your time was with Beyonce and Jay-Z and Blue Ivy and whomever the NDA covers, right? But if I see Beyonce committing a felony, I can say I saw her committing a felony, right? So now it's going to be up to the law to make sure that what I'm saying is a felony is actually a felony. And that's why I said, if Kenya is right, her lawyers would have said, you're right. And you can go out here and you can defend yourself wholeheartedly. Kenya has not done if Kenya was in the right, Kenya would have done a media blitz. She would have been with everybody that has a microphone and said, nope, it wasn't me. I promise you it wasn't me. And here's why. Let me show you these posters. Now you tell me under Georgia law, this is what Kenya would have done. Because like you said, Kenya's smart. She has brains. And her lawyers told her, no, we don't know about that. Hold on. That's what happened. Now you said what'd you say? Or Kandi would have sued Faye. This is the thing. Phaedra saying that Kandi has a dungeon and Kandi told her that she was going to take Porsha down there and do something to her. That's not against the law. I could say I was going to do whatever to somebody. What is against the law is to threaten someone. So if Kandi said directly to Porsha, I'm going to do this to you, that is a threat because it's illegal. But I could say all day long that I want to do this to this person. It doesn't make it illegal. You shouldn't say it, and it's in bad, poor taste. But I can say whatever I want to say. And that's why I said at the beginning of this live, if Kenya would have just said, she's a hoe, and let me tell you why she's a hoe. Go on this website and you can see how, her, da-da-da-da-da. If Kenya would have done that, then I could be with Kenya and be like, you know what? Who made the rules? Because she ain't do nothing wrong in that sense of it. It's wrong to me. I wouldn't run around telling someone's a hoe for nothing. But I don't know what this girl did to Kenya. I'm like, damn, Kenya, what did she do? I do want to know. I'm like, that's my only reason for watching. I want to know what she did. I think Britt's gonna sue her, but she always has it in her back pocket if she wants to. Because later she could be like, oh, the emotional distress, which is what I would do if I wanted to get her. And I think Andy doesn't have a choice. Because you said Andy will not fire her. I think Andy doesn't have a choice. If this actually is revenge porn and they have determined that it is, I don't think Andy's going to have a choice. Because how do you get around that? Because now you truly made it okay for it to be a hostile workplace. Now, I know a lot of people have said there's some other guy on some other show that I don't watch, and he did something like this, and it was revenge porn, and he didn't get fired. I also heard he wasn't brown like us, so there could be that. You said, I agree with Kenya. I agree. Kenya will never let this newbie take her down. She's going to tongue lash Brit to the West End. Oh my God. So here's the thing. I get it. So Logical Speak says, okay, Chanel, I just don't think Kenya is that stupid. Here's the thing. Emotions don't run in rational channels, right? So it doesn't matter if they're positive emotions or if they're negative emotions. They don't run irrational channels. So think about all your friends or people that you've heard of. I won't say your friends because I don't put your friends in this category, but think about all the people that you know or you come across and you like, why is she with him? He is just terrible to her. He's this, that, and the third. But her emotions got her stuck for whatever reason. Or maybe it's the good deed. I don't know. Got her stuck. And she can't leave for whatever reason. That's an emotional, or this guy that's looking at this girl and she's so fine and she's intelligent, she this, that, and the third. And he got pie in the sky eyes for her, and she ain't doing nothing but sucking him dry in terms of his money. And everybody in his family is like, why are you letting her suck you dry like that? Maybe she's sucking her dry the other way too. I don't know. Just saying. So the happiness bug too can have you doing some stuff that you just like, everybody's like, this dude, what do they call it? Puss whipped? Saying. So with that being considered, I think that absolutely you can be a smart and intelligent person and make some poor decisions. And in my opinion, this is one of many. I think Mark was a poor decision too, if I'm being honest. Thank you so much for being a part of my show here, ma'am. I so appreciate it. What else was I gonna say about Miss Kenya Moore? Really, it's about Kandi. And that's the thing. So, like, I love Kandi. I've loved Kandi all these years. Not like love her, like I just love her personality, but I love the fact that Kandi don't start shit. Kandi truly is the person that's like, don't come for me unless I send for you. She truly is that person, right? Kandi don't be over there just outing people for no reason in general. Logically Speak says, according to what I heard, the photo is not revenge porn. Revenge porn. You're correct. I have a friend that's being that's being dogged right now by her man, and she has a master's degree. Just saying. So this is the thing, and that's why I'm saying we shouldn't go on based on our opinions. We have to go based on what the law says. Because here's the thing about the law. From what I read, Georgia law and federal law says, and I'm paraphrasing, but it says that you could even have IA, which is artificial intelligence. So Kenya could have showed up with her what do you call those things? Oh, I forget what they're called. She could have showed up with, oh my God, I can't think of what those things. We'll just say her PowerPoint presentation, right? And she could have AI this girl. She could have had somebody make a artificial intelligence of Brittany Edie, right? And she could have had them cipher in a giant penis, which is what I heard, that she has some giant penis, supposedly, allegedly, in this lady's mouth. Allegedly. It doesn't even have to be real for it to be revenge P. It has to be using explicit photos or images of someone for the purposes of humiliating them, or for the purposes of to like threaten them in some way. So if you think about what is being alleged with Cassie in that lawsuit, Cassie basically was saying, listen, I couldn't leave because, or let's say it like this, Diddy was on some level holding her hostage by saying, if you leave, I have you on video and I'm going to release it. So that's also illegal, to threaten someone to do that. I'm trying to find the law. I had it in my notes the other day. Why can't I find my notes about Miss Kenya Moore? Very interesting. So it says the new federal law would simply require that the person who's distributed the images knew or recklessly ignored the possibility that the image was being shared without this person's consent. And that the subject had a reasonable expectation of privacy. So that would be Miss Edie. I have the right to privacy. So if I did this privately, then you don't have the right to share it. It says this will be the first time the United States federal law has seriously tackled non-consensual image distribution. It has potentially far-reaching implications, not only for individuals who post images, right? So remember, everybody's saying, "Oh, well, she got it off the internet somewhere, and it was already." The law says not only for people who post images, but also for those who post websites and other platforms where users can upload non-consensual images. That's what the law says. So that's why I'm saying we can't get into the, well, I don't think it could be and all that. And that's why a lot of people, I feel like people who love Kenya, and I know everybody has their team, whoever, you know, they don't want it to be true. Think about it. Think about all the people who amen and don't want to be on love Diddy and Team Diddy until we saw a video. I believed it off the gate because I believe victims, but and it ain't changing over here. I'm just saying. But all of the people that let Weinstein do all of the reckless ish he did, all of the people that let Jared from the Subway commercials have kids around him knowing he was a pedophile, all of the people who stand in for Bill Cosby, meanwhile he been drugging people for 100 years, allegedly. It's like they don't want to believe that because of their personal opinion of who they think this person is. Listen, I could like somebody. I love me some Michael Jackson music. But everybody ain't lying on Mike. I'm just saying. So do I know for certain that what Kenya did is actually considered revenge Pete? No, I don't know that. But the reasons I believe it is because of what I said. Come on, show us all these photos. Show us what happened. Show us what you showed your people. Or if Bravo believed it, Bravo would come out and say, nope, that is not considered that. That's what Bravo would say because Bravo don't want to be in a lawsuit and a dogfight with this lady over here. They don't. And they know, they saw how people came out against, what's her name? Gizelle. And when people was trying to cancel Gizelle, just saying. She said, so legal logical tweak says, okay, I heard it was not her mouth. You heard it was Britt's mouth? I heard different things. I don't know. And so I don't want to say if it was her mouth or her whatever. But yes, I have heard people say that there's an image of what appears to be Brittany giving fellatio. Now, I don't know how they would have gotten that into her mouth without doing something to the photo or to the image, but I have heard people say that. Child, I would love for this not to be true, but it just seems like why has not Kenya said she didn't do it, so that's all we can really go with. But if I didn't do it and someone's accusing me of something, to me this is egregious. I would say something. So I don't know. Anyways, so Kandi defended her friend, and like I said before, I just hate that Kandi is defending her friend because I'm like, Kandi, I need you to pick a lane, girl. I support Kandi saying Porsha and Rachel needed to be fired because you can't just say reckless shit like that. That's my personal opinion. But if we're gonna do that, if we're gonna set the bar there, Kandi, if you asking who made these rules, you did. You made the rules, Miss Burruss. Kandi Suge Knight Burruss, come to the front. You made the rules. Whenever you got Phaedra fired. Because I can promise you, Bravo did not want to fire Phaedra. They didn't. They didn't want to fire her over something that's just quote unquote false. They didn't want to fire her over that. And the reason I say that is because Bravo has been trying since whatever year that was that happened between Porsha and Phaedra, and they made up that whole lie or whatever about Kandi. They have been trying to figure out how do we get Phaedra back into Bravo, and they haven't been able to do it until now. And so that's how I know Bravo did not want to fire her. But they knew they didn't have a choice. It's like, how are we gonna look? Because we know Andy don't give a shit. Let's be very clear. He don't care. He's just like destroy each other. He does not care one bit about any of these people. And if it was me, I'm just like, how y'all don't know? But anyways, but Brandy and Bravo knew it's gonna be their ass. If you can allow two people to come on TV, make up a lie that's that egregious, and spew it to the world. Right? Because Atlanta, at least at the time, was the #1 show with all the ratings, right? So you're gonna let this lady spew this egregious lie about me, and then you're gonna fire me, or you're gonna let me quit? Nah, sis, we're not doing that. It would have been an emergency meeting. So Bravo knew that the fans wouldn't having it, even though there's a subset of fans that loves Phaedra. I never understood that. I was just like, really, y'all love her? I can't understand it now. I understand it better now. I didn't like Phaedra because I knew Phaedra had a wall up the whole time. And she had to have one because she wanted the world to believe that she has this perfect life. And that Kenya just wanted her man. And that's Phaedra's problem, right? That was part of Phaedra's problem. And I could understand how that could be problematic for Phaedra, because it's like, Phaedra had to think, Kenya's cuter than me. And I'm certain Kenya thought, how did she get Apollo? Because Apollo, like Phaedra said, I mean, not like Phaedra, like Kenya said, Apollo is fine. She was right. He is. Those are facts. So then you over here talking about Phaedra, if you could let any one of us, if you could let Apollo have a threesome with any one of us or any one of your friends, who would it be? Girl, what are you doing? Like, ooh. So I get why Phaedra was mad. But Kenya was the least of her problems. Apollo allegedly going to the strip club and spending $5,000 a night or whatever he was lying about. That's the problem. Kenya ain't your problem, girl. But I can understand how you could be intimidated. But I'm like, he married you, so I get it. But anyway, again, it's the public humiliation for Phaedra. Right? So Phaedra is just like, she couldn't be who she was. She married a convict, she's an attorney, you're successful, you got these kids, and he over here blowing up shit. So I didn't like her on Housewives, but when she went over to Married to Medicine, it's like it's a whole different person. And it's annoying to me that people like Carlos King's like, shit, baby daddy, but the ooh child. Let Phaedra sit over there and give us the ooh child. I'm fine with her doing that. I like it personally because she seems more like she's taking a deep breath and she could be who she is, and I'm here for it. I like that Phaedra way better than Shady Faye. Okay? But Phaedra gave some good reads too, honey. She did. She gave some good reads. But I didn't need Phaedra back on TV. They said she did a really good job on Phaedra on Traders too. Okay, Logical Speak says, yes, Chanel, if Kenya did this and it is revenge P, I will say she's totally wrong. And I will say I was wrong if she didn't. She also says Kandi is fake. Why do you think Kandi is fake? A lot of people came out and said that too about Kandi being fake and this, that, and I'm like, I used to be on this other panel a lot. And I was like, it was the gray haired diva. Shout out to the gray haired diva. But I used to be on her panel a lot, and it would just be me and Diva. Listen, Everybody else, they was like they hated Kandi. Oh my God. I was like, why do you hate her so much? Like they would be mad at her because they like, you let somebody else do it. I can't. Anyways, now I'm kind of looking at Kandi like, girl, what are you doing? But then again, in the video that I saw, Kandi was sitting next to Tiny. And all I'm gonna say is Tiny and T.I. got a whole bunch. I'm just like, I would listen. There's so many allegations against them that I've always wondered. I'm like, Kandi, girl, I know you want to love your friends, but those type of allegations are real serious. How do you say around somebody that this is what someone's alleging, and not one person, many people are alleging lots of things, P. Diddy type stuff about her man and her. Now I'm like, what y'all over there doing, Kandi? Anyway, let's get into what Mariah Hook. So Mariah Hook is saying, she was on Married to Medicine. She's an executive producer, she still is an executive producer on Married to Medicine. And she basically is saying that there's other people that have done this or done something similar to what King has done, and they weren't fired. So she doesn't understand why King is being fired. I feel like it's a whataboutism, and I can't stand really when people do the whataboutisms because everybody wrong. Those people should have been fired. And in my opinion, if what people are alleging Kenya has done is true, if what they're saying she did is true, she should be fired. Period, point blank. Ain't no gray area for me if what she did is true. I feel like Mariah was trying to say, if these people over here have done something egregious and y'all let them stay, why are you changing the rules for me? And that's fair for Kenya to say. Because if what she didn't do, if what people are alleging she did is false, then 100%. But again, that's why I feel like Kenya would be on her campaign, her media blitz. You did this over here. This other person did it. Why are y'all singling me out, especially if they're white? Which my understanding is the people that have done something similar are white. I'm not saying that that's what I would say, but I'm saying Kenya might say that in so many words. Because if they're another gender or nationality or race, then that makes it really egregious. Because it's like, not only are you not holding everybody accountable, but you're not holding my counterpart accountable. And it looks like you're not doing so because of the color of their skin. Kenya might have a point there. But the reason that is not a selling point for Kenya is because Kenya said she ain't do nothing wrong. She ain't do the revenge porn. That's what Kenya's saying. So what Mariah Huck is saying doesn't really make much sense, right? Because Kenya's saying, I didn't even do that. So if she didn't do it, then we don't need to say, well, why aren't y'all holding these other people accountable? Because she didn't do what they did. So why would they be holding these other people accountable when Kenya didn't do it? I don't need to hold somebody else accountable for something we didn't already hold them accountable for. That can't be your argument. You need to figure out which argument you want to use. You want to use you didn't do anything wrong, or you want to use the argument that you did something, but it's the same as these people over here. You can't have it both ways. You pick a lane, right? But here's the thing, like I said, Mariah trying to say, don't change the rules for me. If Kenya was wrong and Kenya actually did it and someone else did it and they didn't get terminated and they didn't get suspended, she has a point. But Kenya said she didn't do it. And here's the other thing. We can change the rules when the rules say what you did is a crime. In fact, we have to, or we open ourselves up to some sort of legal schmeagle issue. Which honestly, I don't understand how, if this other guy, what is his name? I feel like his name is John Sankoval. He has some sort of like, sounds like a Russian name. No, shout out to the Russians, but it sounds like a Russian name. So I'm kind of like, is it John Smokeval? He's on some other show on Bravo, apparently. And he, from what I read, sounds like it's more egregious than what Kenya did. Sounds like. But I don't know exactly what Kenya did. So there's that. Logical Speak says Kenya said she didn't post any graphic pictures of Brittany. It's just hard for me to believe Kenya would be that stupid. No, I get it. I get it. I understand it. And until we know, we don't know. I'm only giving the side of, I think Kenya is always going to the extreme. She, in my opinion, has done things where it's just like, girl, you did not need a Uzi for that. You didn't. But I don't think Kenya knows another way. I feel like she's hot and cold, right? So this would be Kenya being hot. What she did to Tanya would be Kenya being hot. Even though I thought this was a little more playful, but it's like, don't play with my business. What she did to Marlo with the marching band, listen, it's a good jingle. Kenya more. But it's not right. Why are you doing that? There's other things you could do, but you're choosing to go nuclear. That's just Kenya. That's Kenya being hot. Kenya being cold is what she doing with her husband, Mark. He's disrespecting you within an inch of your life on national and international TV, and you don't have nothing to say. You sitting over there on hush mouth. So Kenya knows. She's just picking and choosing who she wants to be disrespectful to. This man is disrespecting you, and you don't have nothing to say. Nothing. Not a peep. And not only is he disrespecting you verbally, you said that, I mean, he's disrespecting you publicly. And he doesn't, from what you say, take care of his child because he in New York. So, but I still need to know what Brittany Edie did to warrant this. So to me, Kenya's hot and cold. She knows better. She just don't care. And it's something about women. I don't know what it is. Because Kenya, if you watch her on whatever that season was, I think it's the season before. It's when Phaedra had that big beehive hairdo, and Apollo was sitting next to Phaedra in that white and black. He looked good. I was like, damn, okay. I understand. Meanwhile, I would be like, okay, what color is his penis? Because if it's light, bright, close to like him, I need him to put it out there in the sunlight. I need it to have some texture around. I'm just saying. Brown is all I know. Brown is all I know. So that's what I'm going to need. No, but he sat there and was talking about Kenya from head to toe, lying on her, according to Kenya, and according to him later. He lied on this lady, talking about she was trying to get with him in a hotel, and if he would have pushed up on her, she would have gave it to him, and this, that, and the third. And Kenya's sitting there, hush mouth. That could not have been a female. Now, I know there are some people like Dr. Heavenly that's like, you know me, you talking about her, and I agree with that too. Don't come for me. We all going to jail today. You talk about me or my husband, we all going to jail today. We don't play them type of games. Me or him. He ain't playing no type of game with nobody by his wife. And I understand, just saying. But I feel the same exact way. Don't say nothing about my husband. Because you saying something about us. Period. But Kenya don't have that smoke for her male counterparts. She sits over there. Now she did at some point grow a little bit of, energy for some of the men. But for the most part, she still don't say nothing. But if it's a woman coming to her, oh, it's D-Day. Okay? Understand? Okay, let's see. JC Daniel says, it's funny how Kandi said on the radio show, there should be no rules when coming for people on the show. It's exactly, that's what I've been saying. That's exactly what I've been saying. Because I was team Kandi. I'm like, yeah, that ain't right. That is not right what Porsha did, running around America saying these lies. And it ain't right that Phaedra was the one that started the lie, allegedly. And so I'm just kind of like, how all of a sudden the rules change? And she's like, who? Like the federal government made them up. That's who made it up, Kandi. If what we could believe about what the blogs are saying is true. Logical Speak says, I agree. Kenya can go low with women if she's challenged and is a lamb with men. Mark did her bad. I know. And listen, that's why I say I don't even like Kenya, but I was like, oof. I feel bad for her because I'm like, damn, girl. Ooh, I can't. I'm not made like, I'm not wrapped like that. So I'll probably never be in an abusive relationship of any sort. And I feel like that type of relationship was definitely abusive. Now, whether or not he physically harmed her or not, it's a power and control situation. That's what it is. It has nothing to do with, it's sort of like people, I hate that we have to use say, but people will be like, well, why would someone, do that when they can go and have, like P. Diddy, for example, you can have any woman you want or man, in this, just according to what the people have said about Mr. Diddy, okay? Why on earth would you go and have Cassie or whoever be your sex slave for all these years? Well, because it don't have nothing to do with sex. It has to do with power and control. I'm a social worker, have been from my whole really adult life, 20 plus years, and a therapist. I know what I'm talking about with regard to SA. Power and control and all of that. So I'm saying statistically speaking, research studies and things like that I've read over the years. So it's about power and control. It isn't about Mark treated Kenya the way Kenya allowed him to do because Mark wanted control. But here's the thing. I knew Mark was a problem before we saw it on TV. Because whatever that episode was, when Kenya was talking about how she met someone, and she said on their first date or their second date or whatever, he had said, I don't know, and I'm paraphrasing, something about meet him somewhere or whatever the case may be. And she made like some kind of, I would have said it was some sort of like fun joke about, oh my God, I never got that far, or whatever it was. It wasn't something that warranted him to have the type of response he had. And not that his response was bad, but to me, it just showed me the control right out of the gate. I'm saying someone that's a professional and knowing what control and power looks like in a relationship. Just saying. And I've never been in that type of relationship because I just can't be controlled. Just saying. No shade to the people. I'm just not. They would see me from a mile away. And they would be like, yeah, she's not the one. Just saying. Anyways, people would think people like Kenya wouldn't be the one too. That's why Andy said to her at that reunion, like, you're so strong, you're so this, that, and the third. I treat men the same exact way I treat women. Anybody can get it. It's the equal opportunity over here. Anybody can get it because I'm not about to be bullied by anyone. I'm just saying. But when his response, Kenya said his response was something like, well, why are you asking that? And something, whatever it was, I could just tell. I was like, And she was like, and I was like, okay. So he was teaching me, girl, grown ass woman. I don't need you to teach me anything. I'm a whole grown ass woman. Nah, I'm good. Did you not know Kenya ran around? I Miss USA. I Miss America, bitch. No, you don't need to teach me anything. Although I do think you should be with someone that can teach you something, but it shouldn't be spoken to you in a way that makes you feel less than, makes you feel like you can't speak up for yourself. That to me is what he was doing to her when he made whatever remark. When she was just, it felt like to me, at least the way Kenya said it, she just was making like a fun joke about it. And he was like, nope, let me shut this bit all the way down right now. And I was like, ooh, I just knew it. I knew from the beginning. So I wasn't shocked when he didn't want to show up and be in front of the cameras. And I feel like Kenya made it about, oh, he's a private person and he's not into it. And he doesn't like drama. And I'm like, no, that ain't it. Now, could that have been it? Because yeah, who wants to have their whole life drugged through? Because the moment they know your name, you are under attack by somebody. Okay. So got that, but I still didn't believe it. It didn't ring true to me because I'm like, he already was trying to control you from date 1 or 2. So no. Logical Speak says, I think Kenya prefers a control. Oh my God. She says, I think Kenya controls and I don't know if Logical Speaks is a man or woman. So if I'm saying she and I'm wrong, my bad. Prefers a controlling man. She would have stayed with Mark. I agree. But she dominates and humiliates women 100%. Because Kenya feels like because she won Miss America or Miss USA, she feels like she's better than these women. Why does she feel that way? Because she's in some sort of history book. I'm like, I was thinking this to myself the other day. I'm like, that's your claim? That's why you're better than everybody because you pretty? Girl, I'm going to need you to wake all the way the fuck up. Like, wake the fuck up. You're not pretty because of something you did. Let's be clear. You're pretty has nothing to do with you. Absolutely zero. It has to do with your parents, girl. Stop. And there's nothing wrong with saying I'm beautiful, but pretty people generally don't need to tell you. That's why I'm like, Kenya has zero confidence. Her confidence is underneath the ground. But she walks around with all these audacities like she's, everything simply because you won a beauty contest. Girl, I'm going to need you to raise up. Stop it. Stop. Stop. It's just malarkey. I'm like, girl, where did you get your brain from? And the sad part is because you won a beauty contest, because we have the beauty standards we have in this country where we love to pit women, especially against each other. We love to do it. The first thing it is, she ain't even cute. Your man cheat on you and she ain't cute. You be like, what the? Because it don't have nothing to do with being cute. If you really know what's hot. Yes, because guess what? Listen, a hole is a hole in the dark. So all of the beautiful women out here in the world, and I'm not shading the beautiful women, but I'm saying for all of the ones that feel like Kenya do, where your man is, take your man and this, that, and the third, yeah, okay. But at night, maybe. I ain't saying you can't. Men are idiots. But I'm just saying, girl. So you think you won because he stuck his penis in your hole? Nah, sis. That's not it. But anyways, that's her claim to fame. She says she's a made woman and she's got all this money and whatever else. And I'm not knocking her. I want to be very, very clear. I'm not knocking sis because she won Miss America. To some people, that is a great thing. To me, I'm like, okay, I don't really see you any different than a Victoria's Secret model. And there's nothing wrong with Victoria's Secret models or any other models. You won a beauty contest. There's millions of people walking around this earth that are beautiful and educated and intelligent, and they don't need to run around the earth telling everybody. That doesn't, to me, that validates Kenya. That doesn't validate anyone to me. Really, to be honest, there's lots of people that run around the earth and they have whatever going on, and it doesn't validate them to me. Because, listen, I'm not really impressed by people. I'm impressed by what you have done for humanity. Nelson Mandela impresses me. On some level, Oprah impresses me. People like that. People that's out here fighting for a cause. People that's working with the people, you know, the immigrants who have nothing and no one. People who are out here working with, you know, children and families, children that's been neglected and abused and all these types of things. Those people impress me. It's selfless. You talking about how beautiful you are and how you're a boss and whatever else. I'm not saying don't say you're beautiful, and I'm not saying don't say you're a boss or whatever. Be who you are. I'm saying you can be beautiful and a boss and not, you don't have to tell everybody or try to use that as some sort of rubric scale to minimize other people. And that's what Kenya does, I feel. Logical Speak says, I'm a female. Okay, good. Thank you for letting me know. Logical Speak says, Mark didn't want her. Oh my God. Logical Speak says, Mark didn't want her. She bowed down to Mark. I agree. I wonder why he even married her. It wasn't for love. I know. I don't get it either. I never understood it because he clearly, to me, is a narcissist, in my opinion. So I don't understand why he did that. But I will say this, I do know someone who is in a relationship with a narcissist. And the narcissist divorced his wife. And I know how narcissists operate because, like I said, I'm a therapist. So I read all of the, well, I won't say all, most of the DSM, which is the Diagnostic Statistical Manual. And that's for people who have mental disorders, right? I got to know that. That's the licensure test. So, anyways, a narcissist can't be wrong about anything. But to the outside world, people think they're very charming and they're the life of the party. But to the people that love them, the people that really know them personally, privately, that isn't who they are at all. So whenever this person, whenever the narcissist started dating this person that I know and wanted to be everybody's friend, that my friend's friend is on Facebook, on all social media, and then wanted to even send friend requests to my friends. I'm like, I don't even know you like that, bro. To my friends, my husband, everybody, and my friends was like hitting me up like, what? Yeah, we saw him at the party, but like, why is he hitting us up? Like, you know, whatever. I'm like, decline. But I know, I already knew his plan. His plan was this, and I saw it a million miles away. If this doesn't work out, because I'm a narcissist, and I know that I am, not me, this narcissist, right? When this doesn't work out, because I can't help myself from being a narcissist, I want to be able to publicly humiliate this person, my friend. I want to be able to publicly humiliate her in front of everybody, not only my friends on social media, but all her friends and family too. And as soon as it didn't work out, that's immediately what he did. But the other reason, like he, oh God, got engaged, which I was like, oh, this is so fake and phony. Even before they got engaged, I'm like, please don't put this on the internet. Please don't post it on the internet because you're going to regret it. I knew it, but she posted it anyways. But as soon as it didn't work out, as soon as she didn't bow down to his commands and stood up for herself, it was a problem. The moment that happened. And I was just kind of like, oh my God. But I knew even when they would take photos, I knew it was not because, oh, I just want to take photos. And this person that I'm telling you about, my friend, gorgeous. Can't get ugly nowhere on her. Okay. I knew this isn't because he's so in love with her and she's so gorgeous. This is because I've left my wife, or my wife left me. I'm sure the wife left him. And look at us over here. I got this girl that's even more beautiful than you. We living our life over here. That's what that's about. It's fake and phony. So in my mind, the reason, to answer your question, the reason Mark may have done that is because there may have been another woman that he wanted to be like, look, I got this bad over here. And the other part, in my opinion, was if I can get this idiot to not sign a prenup, not make me sign a prenup, then I'm winning. I'm winning because I'm making this other person that left me or that I left or whatever the case may be look like an idiot like I told her she would. And or I'm gonna win because she gonna have to pay me something. And if I don't want to be with her no more, then I could just go and feed and humiliate her. Anyway. Logical Speak says she said he wanted her to come to New York to bring attention to his restaurant, and she refused to move to New York, wanted him to move to LA. I agree with that part too, because I never understood. This was my thing that I didn't understand about Kenya and her being so in love, and this is my, my love, and we have a baby together, and so and I was happy for her. I was so happy for her. As much as I think she's treacherous with some of the stuff she does, I was happy for her. Like, hallelujah. She got what she wanted. Right? But what I didn't understand is I'm like, if you have your Prince Charming, which is fake, just saying. But if you have your Prince Charming and this perfect man for you, and now you have a baby, why the hell are you staying in Atlanta? Because here's the thing, I get not wanting to lose your job, I get wanting to continue to film, with your people, but you're not filming for a year. You're not. So I don't understand why you couldn't have wherever it is y'all living in New York, go live with him in New York for 8 months out of the year, and in the 2 months that you have to come and film with Atlanta, come film with Atlanta. And that'll be your break from him. Whatever, even if he's a great man, any woman, listen, even with a great guy, you still will be like, you know what, girl, I need this vacation. You know what I mean? No matter who you are, it don't even have to be a man. You live with your mama long enough, you like, oh, and you love your mama, right? Or your sister or your brother, whoever. You live with anybody long enough, you'll be like, okay, I'm tired. I need a vacation from you. You live with yourself long enough, you be like, oh, I need a break from me. I just said. But yeah, so I'm just like, girl, stop it. I think, I still, no matter what I say, and no matter how I'm dragging Kenya right now, I still do feel bad for her because I do think, although I think what she did is egregious, I don't think she ever thought that what she was doing was revenge porn. I don't think she thought that. And I think if she thought that, she wouldn't have done it. But as far as Kandi over here talking about who, and I don't think what she did, Kandi, and listen, I only say this not because I'm bringing children into it, but I have to sometimes bring it home for people so people can really understand how what you're saying is some fuck shit. Okay? Kandi saying, oh, you know what? I don't think it's that bad, and I don't think she needs to be fired. You would think she would need to be fired what happens if Riley, who's a homegirl person at this point, goes on some reality show, pisses off someone with the same personality as Kenya, and then that person on that reality show, because you say, this is Housewives, so she's on Housewives, whatever. And they use that against her. Something she did in the privacy of her own home, or something she posted, or some photo they circumvent and put a giant penis in her mouth, and then invite people to the salon that she's opening and says, look at this hoe. How is she a hoe? That's number one, but maybe she is. I'm just saying. That word is relative to some people too. But I'm saying, if you put it in those terms, Kandi, you don't want nobody, that's your heart and soul. And I'm not saying that to say anything about Riley. I'm saying if it was you or someone you love on that poster, be a different story. You might have a different look and a different statement. Maybe you wouldn't be out here in these streets talking about it's not that bad and she shouldn't have been suspended for that. Just saying. Y'all let me know what you guys think about everything that I'm saying and Kandi response. Logical Speak says, do they have to live in Atlanta to be on RHOA? I think they do it live in Atlanta. So I don't know, but it wouldn't seem to matter to me because technically she has a house in Atlanta or Buckhead or wherever it is she lives. So I don't know why that would matter, but I get what you're saying. And I don't think it matters only because the other lady, not Brittany, but the other new lady, I think she made it onto the show. I can't remember if she made it onto the show or not. Lives in California, but I think she's getting a divorce. So the streets are saying that lady doesn't live in Atlanta. She lives in California, but she's divorcing, and that Bravo got her some fake mansion and whatever else. But I've heard that about other Bravo celebrities that's not their real life. So if that's true, then I don't think it matters. And why do you care where I live outside of, as long as I'm living in Atlanta when we're filming and I can show you my house and my whatever, I don't know why it matters. Because honestly, if you think about it, so if let's just say, let's change the story, but Kenya's mom actually likes her, and Kenya's mom lives hypothetically in Mississippi or in California, and Kenya's mom is ill for whatever reason. So Kenya needs to be there this many months out of the year, or Kenya's there as much as she can to take care of her mom. You think Bravo's gonna be like, well, you are not allowed to do that? No, especially with what Kenya brings to the show. They not. So I don't think so. I don't think they care. I think if you can show that you have some level of wealth, and even if you can't, they can help you. If you are spiteful enough, egregious enough, have a social following enough, whatever it is, they'll bring you on. It's not like how it was with Nene Leakes and Kim Zodiac and the charades of the world. People that knew each other, people that had some level of wealth, or at least it looked like the appearance of it. So I don't know, not sure. But again, everything said on Chanel's reality is alleged, and in my opinion, same thing in the chat. But let me know in the comments, guys. Let me know if you agree with Kandi, and this is who made up these rules, and Kandi should not have been suspended, and people should just understand that I'm going to retaliate. I'm going to retaliate if you go against me or try to say something out of line to me. Do you agree with that? And why is the line moving for Kenya? Or do you think that maybe Kenya does deserve some discipline for what she did to this lady? If it's true, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Talk to you later. Bye. Oh, and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by my birthday in August. So please, please, please hit the subscribe button. Talk to you guys later. Bye. And thanks, chat. Thank everybody for listening and watching. Talk to y'all later.